Huge. Huge.
Hi, Janine Culkin from Bernie2016tv here, and this is a quick intro on how to phone bank for Bernie. So what we're doing is making voter ID calls. These calls target the early voting states. They're quick calls where the campaign provides you an easy script to follow and are used to identify undecided voters and those leaning toward voting for Bernie. Some simple tips while making these calls include: try to smile while talking, always thank the voter, stay positive, try not to interrupt, don't leave a message, and don't expect everyone to want to talk. And as always, make sure you are talking to the person the call is meant for. So you'll need a cell phone or a landline, a laptop or a desktop computer, and internet access. As of now, you can't use a tablet or smartphone for the dialer system, and you'll need to use Chrome, Firefox, or Safari. Sorry, no Internet Explorer. Make sure you turn off the pop-up blocker, or allow pop-ups on the dialer site. Go to berniesanders.com/phonebank. And there, you can create an account, watch the full training video, and log into the site. On the right, you can see the current dialer schedule, which is when you can make the calls. Click on Calling Script to get a copy of the current script for that state. You can always log into the dialer at bernie.to/dial. Enter your login ID and password. For service, select the state caller service, for example, Iowa Caller. After you sign in, a phone number and PIN number will appear. Call into that phone number with your phone and enter the PIN when asked. A pop-up will appear when you are connected. Change the status on the upper left to Ready when you are ready to start making calls. If you need to step away, make sure you change this to Not Ready. Listen for the bing, which means you are now connected to someone. Ask for the person identified on screen and begin speaking the script. Make sure you are speaking to the right person. It's easy if you have a copy of the script printed in front of you. After the call, select the correct response under the Canvas section. Once you've made some calls, you'll notice a Recent section with responses you recently selected. To see all of the responses, just expand the Canvas section again. That's it. Good luck making your calls. As always, you can find everything you need to know at berniesanders.com/phonebank. Thanks.
Well, that was awesome. Hi, everybody. John Ellis, and we're here doing a phone bank telethon for Bernie Sanders. That was Janine's phone banking video. Janine, who has been on the road, boots on the ground, doing the hard work of getting people, getting Bernie Sanders, getting signatures to get Bernie Sanders on the ballot. We'll be talking to Janine in a bit. She's here with us. I'm right now just adjusting some volume here, guys. And hi, everybody. 35 people viewing so far. With me in the back room is Janine. Say hi, Janine.
Hey, everyone.
And we've got Celeste with us here. And Eddie is hanging out. Looks like Lou is hanging out. Now, what a bunch. Having a good time. Everybody's here. And everybody's going to be phone banking, maybe even me. I really promised that I would. I did. I have to run all the controls, and that's going to be my lame excuse. Except that we have videos that are long, so we'll be running videos here tonight. And the whole point is to get you guys. This is the final stretch here into Iowa, and we don't just want to win Iowa. We want to annihilate Iowa. We want Bernie to win by a landslide. We want to show mainstream media just how the people feel and how many of us feel that way. They are still doubting the power of the 99. They are still doubting just how many people are truly for Bernie Sanders. And so we want to do a little phone bank telethon. We're going to be playing some music, some of the Bernie music. We'll take suggestions from you guys, running through some other videos that we have. We've got some great footage that we haven't played before from Pat Straker. We've got other Bernie videos. There's a new one that just came out called The Problem. I think it's about Goldman Sachs. They certainly are a big problem. And we've got a lot of other stuff to talk about. We're we've got something really cool going on, everybody. We love our little subdomains. So we.Bernie2016tv. We.Bernie2016tv will take you to a form. It's just a Google form, and we're not collecting this information for any kind of commercial use. We are not a commercial entity, in case YouTube wants to question us about that. The whole goal here is that we're going to put these up on screen. You can give us your name. If not, it's got a 500-character limit just to kind of tell us why you endorse Bernie. And we want to get screenshots of those and send them out. And the reason I want to do this is, we'll talk about this tomorrow in the newsroom, tomorrow at 9 a.m. Pacific, noon Eastern. We are going to talk about an article in Salon that Celeste put in earlier that basically says even if we elect Bernie, we are apparently not capable of doing the rest of the job. It says Bernie's plan is doomed from the get-go because apparently the 99 are not capable of electing all the other officials, getting rid of all the other corrupt people. And what he's really saying is that the government is so corrupt, there's so many other people we're going to have to elect, that it's just not going to work. He's just another guy who says we can't do what we know we can do. So we'll be talking about that. Right now, so the endorsements, back to the endorsements, the reason we're doing the endorsements is so we can show. We're going to screen grab, we're going to push. I want to send thousands of these out to let mainstream media know that we are fully capable of doing what they say we can, and that we endorse Bernie fully, not just for the election, but for the long haul, to replace every single corrupt individual within our government with somebody who gives a shit about the people and is a Bernie crap, tried and true. That's our goal. So we got that hashtag going. We endorse Bernie. We got that form going. We also put another link in the description. Media.Bernie2016.tv. That'll take you to our kind of ragtag collection of media links, the videos that we play, the ads we play, what we choose from. And you guys give us so much stuff. We get a lot of stuff submitted to us. I haven't even put half the stuff in there, but just so you guys can look at it, hear songs, because we're always being asked, where did that song come from? Anyway, that's what we're doing. And right now, so what's happening in the background is Celeste and Janine and Lou, and I don't know what Eddie's doing except hanging around. Are you phone banking, Eddie? Are you going to do some phone banking? Are you going to talk, or are you just going to smile? You're muted, I think. Can't hear you, man.
Eddie's just joining us in the background for now. He's got some stuff he's multitasking on. So.
All right. We'll leave him there. Eddie, I got to tell you, everybody, Eddie, I pick on him a lot, but it's just because he reminds me of me at 15. He's got a lot of courage. He's interested in what's going on in his world. He's here. He's a teenager that chooses to be here. He can't even vote, and he's here helping us, giving a shit about his country. I love that. Eddie is awesome. So I give him a lot of shit, but it's just because I love him to death. I'm so glad he spends time with us. So glad he's hosting shows. That's a big responsibility to have and to command. So thanks for being here, Eddie, man. I want Janine now. Hey, Janine. How you doing? You talking to Dan?
Hey, no, I'm here.
We can see your awesome microphone in this shot. So.
Oh, yeah.
It's a good microphone. So I'm putting you on cam. Are you ready to tell us your stories of your testimony of collecting signatures?
I will be in about 2 seconds.
All right, no problem.
If you want to,
I will show people the overlays. Yeah,
awesome.
I will hit you back. Okay, here we go, guys. We'll take a look at some of the overlays. Here's why Deborah Yost endorses Bernie. I endorse Bernie because he is the only one addressing the actual situation in this country today. He embodies the best of America. I agree very much, Deborah. See, I had one here. This was mine. I started this off. Just want to show everybody. I endorse Bernie because he is the only politician I have ever heard in 46 years of life speak the truth. He ignites passion in me to change this nation, and he calls out our corrupt government. He is the only candidate I will vote for. Together, we will rebuild this nation for all of us. That's why I endorse Bernie. Looks like we have another one down here. From Brom, SLI1. I'm a student of economics, and my understanding of it has made it clear to me that we can't afford status quo economics or politics anymore. It's killing people and ruining lives simply for the profit of a select few. Could not agree more. That is well said. So we're gonna keep putting those up. That's we.bernie2016tv, and I will screen grab those when I can. I'll probably show these later in another live event. We're not gonna. It's great.
Ding, ding, ding.
Is that Lou? Lou, do we have a call?
Ding, ding, ding. We have 1 and 2 in Iowa. I'd like to say shout out to Mary. I would also like to say shout out to a guy named, I slaughtered it, but he did say his first name was pronounced Leaf. Both Iowa supporters. Thank you very much, folks. And anybody that's out there pledging, that's $1 and $2. Back at you.
Nice.
That's right. Oh, but audio was a little loud. Apologies, guys. That is right. I forgot about that. We have some people out there that have been cool enough to pledge for. Here's the deal, guys. So Lou just made 2 calls, and both of those callers are Bernie supporters, and that's awesome. That's what we hope to get. And we have a bet out there, $1 for every call we get. That is a Bernie supporter. And I don't know who the gentleman's name was. Maybe you do, Janine. He said he would do $10 for every.
I think that was Friends of Bernie Sanders.
Friends of Bernie Sanders, $10 for a call. All right. So we are going to raise some money for Bernie Sanders. I know that I already pledged to do that, mainly because I'm not doing a lot of the phone banking. I figured the best way for me to make up for it in my to not feel so guilty about it was to donate money. So that is what I'm going to do. Janine, are you ready now?
I am ready.
Awesomeness. All right. So
What did you want again? No.
Look, this
Sorry.
is Jean and I haven't even really had a chance to talk in, I don't know, 4 or 5 days. She has been doing just crazy. She sent me a chat in Skype days ago and said, for the next 2 weeks, I've got to do this. I was like, do it, because what you're doing is way more important than this. So tell us, Janine, what you been doing?
Well, as of January 21st, we've been trying to get signatures to get Bernie on the ballot here in Rhode Island. I know some of the viewers out there may have been working with their local states to get him on the ballot there. But basically what we need to do is just go around and collect 1,000 signatures from registered voters. So it's been fun. It's been a lot of time outside in the cold, but worth every minute doing it, and trying to get other people to help out and canvass in their area. It's been a lot of fun, and I can't complain because we got to get him on the ballot. Obviously, some of the funny things that have happened, though, a lot of people don't realize that this process even needs to take place. So most of the people, when I'm talking to them, I say, they'll say something like, oh, he's not on the ballot, and I'll say, well, none of the candidates are right now. They all need 1,000 signatures, certified signatures, and a lot of people are happy to do it. Bernie's got a lot of support in Rhode Island. I can't really say more than I expected, but I would say he's got a pretty good swell of support here in Rhode Island, which is great to see. But yeah, I mean, I know if there's anyone else out there in the chat room that's doing the same thing, and if Bernie's not on the ballot in your state yet, volunteer to help out, because they can use any help they can get, I'm sure.
So I got a couple questions about that.
Sure.
I'm guessing it's easier, harder to do this depending on how your state swings in the first place, right? So for you guys, how does your state swing?
Well, Rhode Island is, it's one of the true blue states up in New England, obviously. The only thing I was a little concerned about was getting a lot of Hillary supporters, but I haven't seen a single one yet.
Really?
Yeah. Most of the people I talk to are either Bernie supporters or Trump supporters.
Okay, Trump supporters in Rhode Island?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm surprised.
Yeah. I used to be surprised, but not so much anymore. We've done things like honking waves and stuff like that, and you get a lot of the thumbs up and the honks, and then you get the occasional person, yelling Trump out the window. So he's got a support here.
Wow.
Yeah, and actually, a lot of the days that I've been collecting signatures, there's been somebody from the Jeb Bush campaign there as well, trying to get signatures for him, and I kind of
Really?
feel, yeah, I kind of feel bad for them though.
Is Jeb still going? I thought he closed. I thought he was done.
He's still out there running. Yeah.
Do you see that Huckabee and somebody else ran to Trump? I think they're all going to flock to Trump.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening.
Cruz can't be president. So I don't know what they're going to do. They're going to have to break their own law. Well, they do that all the time. But Cruz really can't. They're going to have to go to Trump.
Yeah. Well, it's going to be interesting to see. I haven't seen any supporters from, or any, people collecting signatures other than for Bernie. There was some people bust in from New York for Hillary.
Are you serious? And she's claiming that Bernie was doing that. Now, I know you're talking about busting in for another reason.
Yeah, that was for something
Bernie's
else.
doing that, but you know what I'm saying. Anyway.
Yeah, and even for Jeb Bush, the people I've talked to have been from out of state. So
interesting. Interesting. That's here's what you're saying, that you're not experiencing a lot. And this is you personally, obviously, but you're not experiencing a lot of Hillary people. And this is what MSM is saying is supposed to happen, particularly with women. They're saying that the women voters are going to be the ones that win this for Hillary. They're going to be, and that's.
I'm not seeing it at all. I'm seeing, and most of the people who have signed have been women. So.
No, that I love. Okay.
Yeah. I'm not going to go, negative here or anything like that. But yeah, there's been a lot of people who have signed just because they don't want Hillary in. People who don't know that much about Bernie yet, but they're still learning, that definitely, have told me that they don't want her. So it's been interesting. It's been very eye-opening, and especially in our state. I mean, and I can't speak for all the people collecting, because I know there's a lot of people out there. I'm just giving my personal experiences. So what I'm saying is just for me. But yeah, it's been really eye-opening.
Wow. Well, that's imagine, Janine, if what you just said there was being broadcast in prime time and was being watched by 11 million viewers. What kind of an impact do you think that would have on Bernie Sanders' campaign? What kind of an impact would that have on Hillary's campaign? Right?
I don't know. I'm sure they'd find a way to spin it.
Well, yeah, but I mean, yeah, of course they would. Just which they have. This is unbelievable. They actually have done this already. We broadcast Mason last night. Actually, this is interesting. We have proof. We kind of have proof recorded with our own raw footage that they were not bussed in last night, because we had Quinn Simmons there before the event started, filming this line of people. I'm sorry, this was not a bunch of bust-in individuals. Hillary is claiming that Bernie bust-in people to Mason. He had 1,100 plus people in Mason City at an event in a building that could hold 350 in a little tiny-ass town. And they're saying they are attacking Bernie Sanders' integrity directly, and claiming that he bussed these people in. That is such an insult. That is such an absolute insult to every single one of those people that got in their cars in the cold and went there. I suggest you send a message to Hillary that you were a real human being. You were one of the 1,100 plus people that was there. And it's another reason why we're doing this We Endorse Bernie, because we want to say, F you. I'm sorry. We were there. We were passionate, we were screaming for Bernie. We were not bussed in. That is the most ridiculous thing. When he fills St. Paul with 23,000 people, he didn't need to bust them in, folks. 23,000 people. 8,000 people in Birmingham. Doesn't need to be busting these people in. They go on their own volition because he has inspired the nation. You know that. We know that. Anything else you want to say, Janine? I want to run the Magnum DB 7.1.
Yeah, I say let's run it, and then let's get right into making some calls.
Yeah, it's a great idea. Yeah, that's a really good idea. Look at that. Look at this, guys. We can show you this. Here's Lou. He's right now. He's calling. You can hear me. There's Celeste. She's watching comments. I'll be showing you guys comments. But yeah, Lou's doing it. This is how
and
it
I'm
works,
going to hop
guys.
on in a couple of minutes.
Janine's going to hop on, and right now we're going to listen to this guy. I got to give him an intro. This is Magnum DB. 55 viewers with us. Thank you so much. 124 playbacks. Nice to have you with us, guys. We are phone banking for Bernie. This is the phone bank telethon. I'd like you to join us. BernieSanders.com/phonebank is how you start that adventure. And Janine, at the beginning, had a video, and we will talk more about that and how to do that. But that is it. Go there, log in, create an ID, do the thing. Start phone banking. It's not that hard. This is how we win Iowa. Magnum DB. Since the very beginning, since we started Bernie2016 TV, this guy's been cranking out these videos, and they're really cool. They're inspirational. They're kind of an update on where Bernie's at. And this one is called Feel the Burn 7.1. Bernie keeps rocking. What he does is continues to add pieces from corporate media and just makes a fool of him. Makes a fool of him because they keep saying, oh, he doesn't have a chance. And then look what happens. Well, that couldn't possibly happen. And then it happens. Well, he'll never do it. And then it happens. Everywhere Bernie goes, the people are there. Mainstream media continues to doubt, continues to lie, continues to try to convince everybody else that Bernie Sanders is not going to win this. But we all know the truth. Here's Magnum DB explaining it to us all. This is For the Record, Magnum DB, Feel the Burn 7.1, Bernie keeps rocking.
He's a self-described democratic socialist from Vermont who got his political start as the mayor of Burlington. A long shot then, a bigger long shot now. He's an unlikely presidential candidate taking on the biggest frontrunner the Democratic Party has ever seen.
One poll shows him down 60 points.
I don't know that Bernie Sanders can beat Hillary Clinton.
You know, you almost have to feel sorry for Bernie.
He may not have any chance.
That's all going to disappear by the time we get to Iowa.
This Bernie mania thing could burn out.
She is ahead, George, by a long shot.
They don't see Bernie Sanders as a real threat.
Bernie, stop, spitting.
He's not going to be the nominee.
Major structural problems with Bernie Sanders.
Clinton crushes him in national polls by more than 40 points.
Hillary probably will inevitably be the nominee.
Even Democrats admit he may not be their best shot at the White House.
He is not going to be the nominee.
Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders may be gaining a little bit of momentum as he seeks to challenge Hillary Clinton. His views may be gaining traction.
Look at Bernie Sanders' rise, tripling his support.
The hottest thing in American politics right now is a socialist.
That is a rocket ship. I don't think we've seen more enthusiasm for any candidate.
Sanders 35. That's a hello.
Bernie Sanders is the candidate of the summer.
Senator Bernie Sanders drew a monster crowd.
3,000 in Minneapolis, 5,000 in Burlington.
We know what Bernie Sanders wants, and a lot of the Democratic Party, let's be honest, they want it too. This morning, Clinton is feeling the burn.
Throwing a scare into Hillary Clinton's camp.
Bernie momentum drawing larger crowds than every candidate running.
In a packed stadium, possibly as many as 10,000 people. It is real.
We're worried about him, sure. He'll be a serious force for the campaign. It was another full house for Senator Bernie Sanders.
He could win Iowa. He could win New Hampshire.
He's chipping away at Hillary Clinton's lead.
Pollsters say it's a statistical tie.
We've got 28,000 people in Portland.
Sanders is a summer sensation. He's filling arenas.
Roughly 70,000 people lined up to see him over the past few days.
Here in Iowa, Bernie Sanders was greeted like a rock star.
Whoa, looks like the crowd is really swelled.
These people are very excited. It's kind of like Woodstock down here. Clinton dropping below 50%. Clinton's lead now down to single digits.
Hillary Clinton has lost a third of her supporters.
Sanders has nearly doubled his support since May, when he trailed by more than 40 points.
He has an electable agenda.
Bernie Sanders beating Clinton in New Hampshire.
Sanders gaining 15 points.
Once thought to be the longest of long shots with a commanding lead.
Bernie Sanders could get elected president.
Hillary Clinton is feeling the burn. Checkmated by Democratic Socialist Senator Bernie Sanders on fundraising.
It was a record-breaking weekend for Bernie Sanders. More than 20,000 people turned out to see Sanders speak.
Who's going to win the Iowa caucus? Bernie.
Bernie.
Who do you think the Democratic nominee will be?
Sanders.
What Bernie Sanders is running against is literally the power structure.
Bernie Sanders getting his first endorsement from a member of Congress
Raul Grijalva.
We just raised $26 million with an average donation of just $25.
He has gotten 1 million individual donations, and he reached that much earlier than Barack Obama did.
Congressman Keith Ellison says he will support Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders.
No one could predict the huge crowds and the surge of popularity for Bernie Sanders, a man who's been around the block fighting for poor and working class Americans.
CNN teamed up with Facebook for tonight's Democratic presidential debate.
Foreign policy, 59%. Who wanted the debate?
Bernie Sanders!
Economic issues, Sanders at a whopping 72%.
Bernie Sanders won this debate.
75%, huge margin.
Who do you think won the debate tonight? Bernie Sanders won the debate tonight.
He's got the support, the kind of enthusiasm that often counts on caucus night.
Sanders is poised to reach another major benchmark. Yesterday, his campaign announced that it has now collected more than 2 million contributions, and Sanders has picked up his biggest labor endorsement to date from the 700,000-member Communications Workers of America. And perhaps Sanders' biggest win of the day came when the million-member progressive group Democracy for America announced that it, too, was throwing its support behind the Democratic challenger.
In our most recent poll, 62% of Democrats now say they could see themselves supporting him.
A mock election that hasn't been wrong in 40 years declares he, yes, Bernie Sanders, will be our next president.
Smart politicos in New Hampshire, both Democrats and Republicans, say one reason the Vermont senator has a chance to beat Hillary Clinton there is that his ads stand out on the crowded airways.
Bernie Sanders has incredible momentum. He got more contributions, individual donors, than anybody in American history.
Bernie Sanders is nipping at Hillary Clinton's heels in Iowa, down by just 5 points, and he's leading the former Secretary of State by 14 points in New Hampshire.
Clinton is building a machine. Sanders is building a movement. Clinton has the head of the grass tops. Sanders has the heart of the grassroots.
And even more remarkable, Sanders does better against the Republicans than Clinton.
Clinton leads Donald Trump by 8 points among registered voters, but Sanders leads him by 13. In New Hampshire, Clinton is ahead of Trump by 1 point, but Sanders tops him by 19.
I am pledged, if elected President of the United States, to bring about a political revolution where millions of people begin to stand up and finally say, enough is enough. This great country and our government belong to all of us, not just a handful of billionaires. Thank you very much.
All right, well, I'm a little slow. I'm getting told by chat that they're up to 9. Eddie just dropped Feel the Burn 9, Sandstorm Comet. So apologies, everybody. I will we'll run that later. We'll run that one later. This is it figures. Magnum DB, you crank these things out. Of course you're on 9. This is how fast Bernie is moving. This one, and I should have realized because it's unlisted, so my fault. I'm totally sorry, but this was in our media list, a link. So this is how fast it moves, guys. It's just amazing. So he appends these and append these because Bernie is rolling, well, apparently like a sandstorm comet. So that's badass. That's wonderful. I think we're going to go to Lou here because I think Lou has something to share with us about what's going on in his house, which is really freaking sweet. This guy is doing amazing things in Nebraska. Tell us, Lou, what the hell's going on, man?
Well, to be honest, man, I got folks in my house phone banking. My wife and I decided that phone banking was definitely needed in Iowa, and me not being able to get over to Iowa as regularly as I would like, we decided to open up our home and bring folks in and let folks phone bank from here and teach them how to do it. And we have a wonderful lady here tonight, phone bank for her first time. For Bernie Sanders, came in, got it plugged in, and she's clocking away right now. Somebody else just walked in the house. And we're just going to keep doing this until 4 o'clock Sunday afternoon and call it good. Because quite frankly, the only way that this revolution is going to get taken care of is if everybody can chip in as much as they can. I mean, Bernie himself says, hey, I'm not the man. This ain't about me. This is about all of you. So that means we got to stand up and be true and back him. So, yeah, we're just knocking away over here. Got the original 2. I got another 2 on a list. I don't have the names. Alex over here, she's got... I'll show you here. It's going to turn very slowly. As she's sitting there clocking away, she's got a 3 clocked up herself. So that gives us a total of 7 here in Nebraska. We're at 7.
7, guys. That is freaking awesome. $7 or $70, depending on what you're doing here, bet-wise.
Hey, let me just say this, guys. Being honest, let me just say this. First off, I've been doing a lot of this phone banking, so seeing the call times going at 30, 35 seconds in between, that means there's a lot of people calling in, which is great.
Yeah.
That means a lot of folks are working their butts off. The second thing, and this is being honest, even if you get 3 or 4, hey, hell, I just got yelled at about screw Bernie. Trump! They're always, it's the Trump ones are always,
Interesting.
Take a break, move on. You know what I'm saying? But I'll shut up and get back to my thing, and I'll leave it up to you, John.
No. That's I appreciate saying that, because that's what I'm scared about the most. I don't want to get those angry Trump people. That's what worries me the most. So thank you for sharing that, because it's good to know that it happens. You move on, and that's awesome. So get back to work. I'm leaving you be.
I don't think you have to be afraid of the Trump people. Most of the people you call, they're nice. You know, you'll get maybe 1 or 2 that might yell at you every once in a while, but you know, you just.
My first call, the first time I tried, because I tried to do it with a Google Hangout, which was a mistake, because I used Google phone number, and because of the delay, the first guy I got, he may have been for Bernie, but I would never know. He was really angry because I didn't say hi, which is totally my fault. I screwed up big time, right? And so, yeah. I blew it, and I got to do it. I promise I'll do it. But even if you screw up, they are just human beings. We're all human beings. We make mistakes. This is what we do. So, and you were saying that you get Trumpers. You're getting Trumpers too. Anyway, yeah. What were you going to say?
No, I was going to say, do we want to get started and kind of like, if anyone out there in the chat or watching wants to do this along with us, it'd be great to hear, how many people they're getting through. So. And I'm assuming with Lou, the numbers that he's giving us are the number of Bernie calls, positive Bernie people. Yes. So let's keep that number getting up there. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my headset on the side here and start making some calls.
Huh? Are we going to listen in?
If you'd like to.
Okay.
So
all right.
First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to berniesanders.com/phonebank. And then I'm going to log in.
Well, let's see. I'll do that with you. We'll watch, and I'll pull it up on screen here. Give me 1 second.
Let's see. For my service, I think I'm going to call Iowa tonight. And I'm going to make sure my pop-up blocker is allowing pop-ups.
So this up here, host a phone bank party. That must be what Lou's doing, huh? So if I have a login, Janine.
Yep.
And I'm on this page. What would I? Actually, I know I have a login, but where do I go? Do I click Get Started if I already have a login, or do I?
Number 4 there says Login, or it's on the top right. It says Have a Dialer Account Login.
You can click that here, right here. Got it. So let's click that. See what happens. I don't know if it's actually set up on this machine. Okay, so there it is. Now, I don't have that information plugged in here, so that's not going to be very helpful. But that's what you do. You click Login, and you go there.
Yep.
So yes, so we will go back to the other page when I have it.
Okay, and then we take our cell phones, and we call the number that pops up on screen. So as soon as I do that, if you need to contact me, just do it in the chat room, since I won't be able to hear you. So I'm taking my phone, and I am calling in to the number. And here we go. I'm using a headset to make it easier for me. I'm going to enter my PIN. Now I'm connected. And as soon as I'm ready, I'm changing my status to ready. And I better make sure I have my script handy. The script is on the berniesanders.com/phonebank page as well on the right-hand side. If you open up whichever state it is that you're calling, there's a script that's in there. Hi, is Tara there? Hello, is Tara there? That was a hang up. So I'm going to indicate that, and I'm going to go on to the next one.
Just clicked on a link here, folks, to the dialer script. That was a link right inside the phone bank page from berniesanders.com/phonebank. Just a link to get to the dialer script. If I were logged in, I can
Hi,
use
is Corinna there? Hi, Corinna? Is this Corinna? Sure. Sure. Hi, my name is Janine, and I'm a volunteer at Senator Bernie Sanders' presidential campaign. How are you tonight? Sure. My name is Janine, and I'm a volunteer with Senator Bernie Sanders' presidential campaign. How are you? Okay, that's fine. Hope you have a great night. Thanks.
Nice, Eddie. This is a quote here from Eddie while Janine is going through another call.
Vote, so.
We heard Janine. That person didn't vote.
Hi, is Julie there? Okay, hope you have a great night. Thank you. That was the wrong number.
Just another quote from somebody. Current state of affairs, this country and abroad, I can think of no better recourse than to lend my support to an irrefutably honest politician, one whose rhetoric and actions occur at a 1-to-1 ratio, one who tirelessly strives for the welfare of his constituency. That is why I'm feeling the burn all the way to the ballot box and beyond. Bernie 2016. Thank you for that.
Hi, is David home? Thank you. Hi, David. My name is Janine, and I'm a volunteer with Senator Bernie Sanders' presidential campaign. How are you tonight? I'm not going to take up much of your time. I just have a real quick question about the Iowa caucus on February 1st. Senator Sanders is running as a Democrat, and he hopes to win the party nomination there. And I'm supporting him because he doesn't accept money from super PACs and corporate entities. And I was just wondering, can Bernie count on your support on February 1st? Okay, thanks. Hope you have a great evening. That person was undecided. Let's try another one. It's a lot of waiting. Hi, is Patricia home? Okay, have a great night. Hi, is Judy home? Hi, Judy. My name is Janine, and I'm a volunteer with Senator Bernie Sanders' presidential campaign. How are you tonight? Good. I don't want... Yeah. I'm not going to take up much of your time tonight. I just have a real quick question about the Iowa caucus coming up on February 1st. Senator Sanders is running as a Democrat, and he hopes to win the party's nomination there. And I'm supporting Bernie because he doesn't accept money from Wall Street or corporations. And I'm just curious if you are going to be caucusing for Bernie Sanders. Okay, well, thank you very much for your time, and I hope you have a great night. Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.
Hello, Ms. Russell.
Awesome shit.
My name is Alex Kay. I'm a volunteer.
That was a smile through the line, Janine. Beautiful stuff.
How you doing, Lou?
I'm actually not doing
one,
so we're at a total of 8.
Well,
but we're clocking through some lines, interrupting some dinner times. You know how it is. Sorry, Iowa, you got 30 groups calling you right now, give or take a few. Hey, blame the Republicans. They haven't kicked enough people off the clown car. That's not our fault. But yeah, just clocking along here. It's starting to see a little pickup in the times of them dropping down. So, most people are cool. I clocked in and I heard Janine and she was relaying the smile through the line. I thought that was beautiful. So that's why I want to pop in and say hi.
That's what they say to do. Smile and it'll come through when you're talking. And the funny thing is, like, if you guys have been listening, I've been getting a lot of wrong numbers, not home, some people who are not voting, just waiting to get through the Bernie supporters, and you just go on to the next one.
Numbers. I know a guy literally over in Iowa who's made just over 580 phone calls in one day. And that's as far as I know in the Iowa campaign offices, that is the record for this year right now. But there's a few people that are actually going to be pushing it to hit 1,000 by themselves on Saturday. I think they're out their freaking mind and they're going to need way more coffee. But good luck, guys. That's awesome. Feeling the burn.
The one thing I wanted to mention is there's a bunch of volunteers that are working hard. They're called monitors, and then there's like some people who are organizing the monitors. But they're the ones who kind of help connect the dialer with the people on the other end of the phone. So I just wanted to mention them. There's people, they take shifts and they sign up every night to help process those calls. So a big thank you to those guys. But yeah, I mean, we're going to just keep going here, and hopefully we'll get through to some Bernie voters, and it'll be great. So I'm going to make some more calls.
Wonderful. That's awesome. This is what it takes, folks, and I think what we're going to do here, Janine, I think I'm going to mute her this time. We're going to mute Janine. We're going to run a song here, guys, and talk a little bit about a few things. What Janine just said, people working in the background. Yes, Celeste, what's up?
Let me jump in. So, okay, sure. Celeste has been successful. She finally actually got logged in.
Yay!
Got the dialer up.
All right.
My first call connected so quickly I didn't know I was being connected, and the next thing I knew I heard someone shouting and hanging up. Then I got disconnected again. Well, I've gotten through a second time. This one was the wrong number. So now that I've done this twice, I can continue. I just wanted to report. I've got that done.
Well, congrats. I understand. And I understand what it's like to screw up first time. It freaks you out. So, I understand. Janine's
I
already
just
right
kept
back
plugging
on
away.
it. She's amazing. She's right back on it. She's just knows how to do this. It's amazing. So yeah, thank you. So we look forward to hearing about your next call adventure. Right? She's doing it right now. This is how it goes, everybody. This is what it takes. When the people, when naysayers, when people like the folks at Salon make the statement that this isn't going to happen. When people write articles, when mainstream media says they can't do this, it's too hard, there's no way. Even Hillary says that. Hillary wants you to elect her, and she says this is too hard. You can't do what Bernie wants to do. It's too difficult, folks. This is Hillary's own words. Who wants to elect a leader that thinks something is too hard? That's impossible. You'll never get that done. We'll never clean up Wall Street all the way. We'll never get rid of corruption in our government all the way. Who come on. That's ridiculous. I want a leader that says we can do whatever we want. And there's one guy saying that. When you look at the amount of effort being put into background calls right now, you look at Janine on calls right now, you look at Celeste on calls right now, you look at Lou on calls right now, right? This is what it is, folks. And we are just a few people. This is happening all over the country. The thing is, this is what they don't get. Hillary can raise all the money she wants, but she can't raise the people to really do what she needs done. She does not have the ground force. We have the ground force. We have all the people. We are the ants. We do the work, and we are getting that work done. We are going to check out a tune here real quick. This is Austin Plain. I have not heard this yet. Field to Burn, Hard Days. And we're going to run this real quick just to give us a break, listen to tunes. I'm going to check out what's going on in chat. If you guys have any requests for songs, I'll look for those. And I need to get caught up with the chat mod and get caught up with where we're at in here, because I know I keep showing some of the same comments, and I know there's a lot of comments that have not been shared. So I will get in there and get that adjusted while we listen to this tune. This is Austin Plain, Field Burn. Enjoy it.
Loudly and clearly that this great nation belongs to all of us, not just a handful of billionaires.
I know that I was given everything I could take from the moment I was living. I was dying to make nothing out of something, or real out of fake. It's hard days living in the world. Said the man on the corner with the sign in his hands and the other in his pocket, a feverish grin. Could you spare me $1? Whatever you can. It's hard days living in the world. Whoa.
You are not going to continue shutting down factories in America, sending out jobs abroad when millions of Americans are in desperate need of good-paying jobs.
The mother in the market with the kids in a line, getting poorer every second, trying hard to survive. The water isn't running, the bills pile high. It's hard days living in the world. The paper treads of terror and an oil hike, the communistic pleasures of a union strike. The president shelters in his bed at night. It's hard days living in the world.
I believe that war should be the last resort, not the first resort.
To the heart, while his mother gets the letter saying he fought hard. It doesn't help the matter if he's honored or not. It's hard days living in the world. The choir sings a hymnal in staccato spurts. The family in the front row looking to hurt, and everyone's an angel for whatever it's worth. It's hard days living in the world.
Brothers and sisters, this is the nation we can create when we stand together and not let people divide us.
I know that I was given everything I could take from the moment I was living. I was dying to make nothing out of something, or real out of fake. It's hard days living in the world. It's hard days living in the world. It's hard days living in the world.
Austin Plain, everybody. Austin Plain, hard days, living in the world. Most certainly is right now. And that's why we want to elect Bernie Sanders. That's why we're phone banking tonight, is to make sure that Iowa says solidly we are for Bernie Sanders. We have to win decisively. We have to, it has to be a landslide, folks. We can't leave any question of doubt whatsoever. If it's even anywhere near questionable, it will be corrupted. It will be corrupted just like the government corrupted our vote in 2000 when Al Gore should have been president of the United States. We cannot let that happen, folks. We cannot let that happen. If you can phone bank, phone bank. If you can monitor, monitor. If you can get out and caucus, caucus. Whatever you can do, you must do. If you value this nation, if you want to save the planet, if you want to live in a world and you want your kids to live in a world that you're proud of, that you're not ashamed of. I'm ashamed of my government right now. I'm angry at my government. I am ashamed at the way we treat people, at the way we have divided everyone. I'm ashamed at the corruption. I'm angry at mainstream media for failing to protect the interest of the people, which was their public trust, their job to do until Ronnie Reagan killed the fairness doctrine in his administration back in 1986-87. That pretty much spelled the end of any kind of fair, unbiased news. And then in 1996, you add the Telecommunications Act to that, and we now have the ability to lie about your political content, which gave the government sole control over what we want to say, what they want to say, the message. The message has been owned by somebody else for a long time, folks, and we are taking back that message. And Janine is doing calls. Celeste is doing calls. Eddie, and I hope I'm not getting him in trouble by saying this, but I doubt his parents are watching our channel, and if they are, your son is doing something far more important than his homework right now, but I guarantee you he will get through school. I guarantee you he will succeed in life, and he will get his homework done. But right now he's monitoring for Bernie Sanders, which is fantastic. Thank you, Eddie, for doing that. Just absolutely awesome that he is doing that right now. Lou's got a bunch of people at his house. Lou has people at his house that are phone banking. They're all working together to do this. This is happening all across the country, folks. This is how we save our democracy. I am looking at your comments. 57 of you joining us right now, 217 playbacks. Thank you for joining us. This is phone banking for Bernie Sanders. Excuse me. We have a link, we.Bernie2016tv. That's we.Bernie2016tv. That'll take you to a form. It is a Google form. We're not collecting this information for any other reason than to let you express your opinion. Why do you endorse Bernie? We're going to show those on screen, see if we have any right now that are new. No, we do not. So I would like to, I didn't get a chance to read Eddie's, so I'm going to read what Eddie had to say here. I read everybody else's. This is that emo kid called Eddie, the 15-year-old wonder that is helping us get Bernie Sanders elected. I endorse Bernie freaking Sanders because for the time I've been alive, despite it being 15 years living, I have not seen anyone like him actually representing the people. Not BS just to get votes. Someone you know will make sure you can live an actual life to the fullest, to what our Constitution says. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. That emo kid, Eddie. I could not agree with you more, Eddie. Thank you very much for stating it like that. Quite eloquent for 15. I was not using words like that at 15. There's Janine. There's Lou. Celeste is here on the phone. This is awesome, folks. This is awesome. This is what it takes. This is boots on the ground work, boots on the phone work, but it's still work. It's what needs to get done. This is the hard stuff. This is what Hillary cannot command and organize. This is what MSM does not want anyone to realize is going down. When they talk about we cannot organize. Here, let's take a look at what we have as part of the arsenal to organize here. Let's start at the top. First, we have the Rally app. GoRally.co or just Rally app for Bernie or Rally app in your phone, iPhone, and Android. Get this application. This is how you organize your ground game. This is how you organize. Be connected with what's going on in your community. Plug in your zip code. Find out what's going on. Get connected. It used to have some of our videos until YouTube shut down Channel 4. It had an archive of Channel 4. But there's so much information in there. This is an officially sanctioned app by the campaign, so use it. Load it up. What else do we have? What else do we have? How about Field the Burn? FieldTheBurn.com. This application is for caucusing. This is for taking care of the caucus. And install this application if you're in Iowa or Ohio, one of the states where caucusing needs to happen, and obviously Iowa is the one that matters right now. But that's that application. We also have obviously what we're doing tonight, BernieSanders.com/phonebank, and if you haven't gone to BernieSanders.com, it is a fantastic website. You can find events, you can create an event, you can log in, become a member. Everything you need to do is there. BernieSanders.com/phonebank is everything that Janine just went over. It's awesome. It's very easy to install and get done. What else do we have? We have Connect. This is the officially sanctioned social media site. This is basically the community for activists. You really want to get hardcore, you want to get some resources to make your own videos, create your own edits, whatever you want to do. This is where we're gathering socially. This is all part of the ground game, folks. And these apps, this is what's really freaking cool. Most of these apps I'm showing you were started by grassroots volunteer teams. And then the campaign came by and said, love it, let's use it, let's put it to work. That's how this happened. Very different from the way an establishment campaign runs things. We have an arsenal of tools here. What else do we have? Here, this one is not the campaign. This is us. This is the MoveOn.org petition. Free.Bernie2016tv. This is to help us get the attention of YouTube, help get them to talk to us. We'd really like to understand what's going on, what it means when they say we violate Terms of Service 4 Section H, because they give us no explanation. We've sent them legal notices. We've sent them, I've tried to connect with them in every way possible. So help us out with that. Bernie Sanders has the most organized campaign ever in the history of humanity. It's insane. It's insane what's going on with that campaign and how well organized they are and what's going on with ground game. There was let's see if I can find it here. And Nico had a slide that I was loading in for the show tomorrow, actually. Here it is. Here it is. This is Phoenix ground game map. Let's pull this up here, guys. You are gonna, it's gonna blow your mind. They don't even need to get started there yet. They are so far ahead of the game. Look at this, guys. They know exactly what they're doing. You don't think Bernie Sanders is going to take not only the presidency, but that the big thing they're saying is we're not going to be capable of getting everybody else in, of electing all the other people we need to elect. That's bullshit, because all these tools that we're creating, there's a lot more on the way. There are a lot of other tools in the background that you're not aware of that are still being built. I'm not fully aware of all of them, what's going on, but I'm connected with people that are putting them together. When these all are unified, This is what's being created is a way for us to get them all elected. Who's the candidate? Plug them into our machine, the machine of the people, with our applications, with our infrastructure, and it's open, it's transparent for us, right? We can elect anybody we want because we built the structure to do that for Bernie, and then we'll just apply it to state, local, federal, all of them. So we will replace everybody. The infrastructure is being created right now, and we're working on the hardest one. If we can get Bernie in office, everybody else is easy. Replacing a state rep, easy. Replacing a senator, easy. We just got to use the structure we built. So yeah, it's here. It's here, guys. We've done it. We've got it. Let's see what's going on with. I don't have anybody working with me chat-wise, so I got to kick in here and see what's going on. Nobody's kicking back in. Everybody is so busy. Look at this. They're all on the phone. Luke's on the phone. Janine's on the phone. Celeste is on the phone. I think what we'll do right now is run something else. Do we have anybody more submissions? Oh, yes, we do.
Oh,
yes,
I'll jump in. I
What's
heard
up?
you.
What's going on, Lou?
I heard you paddling. I heard you paddling. He's like, oh, man, all these people, they're all on the phone. I'll be honest.
Okay. That's okay. There's some submissions from the opinion, but I want to hear what's going on. How many you got, Lou?
We're still sitting at 9. We're still sitting at 9, but we're plugging away. And to be honest, you know, I thought about it, and I was like, hold up. If there's, I haven't had a chance to actually look at the numbers on how many people are watching. I checked earlier when I was showing this wonderful lady, Alex, what's going on and what all of this is, what engagement media broadcast, as you coined it, is. And she was like, well, 9, that's not a bunch if they're only giving $1. And I was like, yeah, but if it's times 70 people,
right,
that's 630.
Right.
So,
right. That's yeah.
And the weird thing is, and you guys might have covered this because I really haven't been paying attention. I just saw on my Twitter feed that Bernie Sanders, it is official. He has broke $3 million individual donations. He had asked to do that before the Iowa caucuses, and he's now broke it. It's at $3 million, and we're now shooting for 4 before we get through the first 4 in the nation. Let's go, folks. This is ours to lose. Let's go.
This Hillary is going to run out of people to get donations from. She'll have to create more. Well, the super PACs can take an endless amount of money, but it doesn't matter if you don't have people to do the work, right? If you don't have people like this doing what we're doing, that doesn't matter. 3 million individual contributions is what Lou was talking about right there. 3 million individual contributions.
That's amazing.
That's amazing. Hey, how you doing, Janine?
Good. Just coming back for a minute.
Cool. Let me put you on screen. There you are. We're having fun. So, you get any?
I am getting a lot of wrong numbers tonight. Some people who aren't home. I feel really bad because I got one call. The person had died a couple months ago. So those are, yeah. But other than that, all the other people I'm talking to, even the wrong numbers and stuff, have been really nice. So I'm going to keep plugging and see if I can get some more people.
Wonderful.
How's Celeste making out? This is her first time, so.
Let's see. She looks like she's, I can't tell. I think she's on the phone, or maybe she's ready to come back.
No, she's ready.
All right.
No, I'm ready to report my futile attempts, but I have gotten 12 calls under my belt, none of which have been successful, except the fact that some of them have been completed. Not everyone has hung up on me. I'm happy to report that, my God, they were at least pleasant with me, and I had only 2 direct hang-ups. I had 3 wrong numbers, 2 no-one homes, and one lady who just doesn't vote. She hasn't voted for decades, doesn't have any interest in voting. She just goes about doing her own thing, and she's okay with whatever the hell goes on around her. I'm like, okay, thank you very much. I'd like to be able to convince you to come out and vote for Bernie Sanders. I don't think there's going to be anything I could say to do that, so have a great day.
Yeah, I've had a couple of those too, and that's fine. And the thing of it is, we're calling Iowa and I'm sure like they're at the end of the list. Like if we were calling, some of the states that haven't been getting inundated like Iowa has, I'm sure we'd have a lot more calls going through to supporters. But it's just that, these calls, they call them voter ID calls. So we're just taking, the list and just going through them just so we know if it's a wrong number, if the person doesn't live there anymore, those type of things. So we're just kind of weeding down the list. And a lot of that weeding out has already taken place. So we're just kind of getting the end of the list there. But yeah, every little bit of information helps. Even if, I talked to someone that was working for O'Malley's campaign. So I said, okay, thank you. And, went on to the next person, indicated that on the little dialer system there, and went on to the next call. So
yeah, it's once you figure out how it works, and here again, it's like I didn't get there was plenty of prep. I wasn't paying attention or I didn't read enough, but it's like the dialer system, it surprised me because it's like when you end a call and you give it the information, then that little clock starts ticking and it's like, oh, okay, I'm waiting for this and it's going to connect me, but you don't quite hear a phone ring, so you got to listen to these clicks to figure out if someone's on the phone with you, and that was kind of confusing too.
Yeah,
and,
once you hear the bing, that means that the person has already said hello, right? So the system, one way or another, however it works, has made the call. They've answered and said hello, and then it will bing, and then you'll hear the bing. So you should start talking as soon as you hear the bing.
I figured that out about 5 calls in. And I also spoke with someone who got divorced and the husband no longer lives there, and it was his name that I was looking for, and I immediately apologized and I said, I'm so sorry if I brought up any bad memories or anything. I'm a campaign volunteer, and the name just popped up, and she was very, very pleasant, and but I'm sure under these circumstances that happens a lot, and wow. Anyway,
yeah, and all you have to do is just be pleasant and wish them a good evening, and just move on to the next call. That's all we can do.
Well, now that I've done this, I can happily report that I will have no problem continuing to do this since I'm no longer a virgin in phone banking.
Yay!
My cherry's been popped.
I see. It was Brenda Brown in the chat room said, "Make your calls, everyone. See, Celeste, Janine are making it look easy. We can all do it. Let's go." Yeah, everyone in the chat room. Go to BernieSanders.com/phonebank and sign up. It's not that bad. It's not painful. I don't like to speak on the phone too much, but even I can do it for Bernie. So if I can do it, you can do it. And if Celeste can do it, you can do it too.
Exactly.
And by the end of the night, we're going to have John make some of these calls, I tell you.
Do it, John.
You have to do it. Do it.
The problem is getting the whole thing loaded up on the machine. You got to pull it up on this machine. That's the problem. Is that I got all my machines in use, but I
just don't have enough monitors.
I've only got 7 here. You're right. I don't.
Wow.
That's why I have too much light on me right now, and the room is pretty much dark because I'm surrounded by 7 screens.
All right, Captain Kirk.
So, yeah. So, but here's what I'm thinking. Here's what I'm thinking I will do in penance. I'll call it penance. What I will do is I will get the system to set up to do it, and I will go live if Janine is with me. And Celeste, but you don't have to be. Just one of you. One of you has to be with me, and I will just do it. I will just sit there and say, "All right, here we go, and I will make the calls. We'll have me on the thing, and it'll be we'll just do that. All right.
Okay, I think we can manage that.
I promise that. Maybe I'll do it on the newsroom. Well, no, we probably can't do it that early in the morning. We'll do it. I promise you, I will do it once I figure out how to get it arranged to do it that way.
Yeah, just a reminder, when you go to the BernieSanders.com/phonebank page, it actually lists out the hours for when to do phone banking. So if you're calling out Iowa, obviously it's going to be earlier in the night than, say, Nevada. So, yeah, just check out what times on the phone bank page. And also, I want to encourage people to go to berniesanders.com/events, or I think it's map.berniesanders.com, and check out locally to see if there's a phone bank party in your area, because it's a great way to meet new people, and they all have, the same interests in helping Bernie get elected. And for me, it's fun to do this with a bunch of people. You can do it by yourself at home too, but when you're with other people and you can kind of see how they're making out, and if they get a really great call, you can all kind of cheer, and when they get a really bad call, you can all kind of share each other's, in each other's misery that way. But it's fun when you're hanging out with a bunch of people. And here in Rhode Island, we've been doing them for a while now, and I have to say that the response has been great, getting the people to come out. So go to map.berniesanders.com, put in your zip code, and find an event near you.
Look at that. I just zoomed in there, Janine, and
Yep.
this is awesome. I don't know if you guys can see this, but I just zoomed in. It started me out at 20 miles out, and there were, I don't know how many events, lots of blue dots. Right? I'm like, I'm almost like, I don't barely leave this house anymore, but I would go to these events. But I was able to go from 20 miles to 10-mile radius to 5-mile radius within my zip code, and they're color coded. Bernie event, official event, campaign office, phone bank, canvassing, ballot access. I mean, it's all of the information you need. I guarantee you the other campaigns do not have this stuff. And I guarantee you this is another piece of our arsenal here, folks. This is how we organize as an army to take back our country with Bernie and to elect all of the other people. So yes, berniesanders.com/events. Is it events plural, Janine?
Let me check that for you just to be on the safe side.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it should be events, but it takes you guys. It takes you to map.berniesanders.com. Okay, it takes you there, and then it's this beautiful screen, and you can RSVP to the events. You can look at more information on the events. The closest one to me, there are. Within my zone right now, I'm looking at this here. We'll go over there so you can look at me bouncing around like a crazy guy. Here, within my zone, there are like 1, 2, 3, 4 events. 4 events within 5 miles of me listed. There were at least 30 events within 20 miles of me. That's how many dots there were on that thing. It's just insane. Now, this is Portland, and Portland isn't even, I mean, Janine, I don't know the priority list of what state needs to come next in the, political cycle. That would be our Chad, right? And maybe but I don't think Portland ranks really high on the priority list for Bernie Sanders, right?
Well, I think it depends on when the primary is. Do you know when your primary in Oregon is? Or is it?
I have to go find out. I need to go to Field to Burn.
Go to voteforbernie.org.
There we go. Okay, I'll go to voteforbernie.org, and I will tell you when our primary is. We'll do that after we take a break and listen to a tune. But this is what I'm saying here. Okay? I mean, Rhode Island's a little bit more on the priority list, I think, in terms of states and what's going on, right? Yes? No?
Our primary is not until April 26th, so we've got a while too. Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Interesting. Well, I mean, this is it, folks. This is the mass of the ground game. All of this stuff is already in place because we started. This is the thing. We started back in June, and it wasn't just us. Everybody started in June. The other major campaigns, they didn't know. They didn't expect this. Well, mainstream media, and Janine, if you're going to talk, I'll cut you off screen.
No, I'm good. I'm looking up your primary information.
Oh, good. Thank you. If mainstream media, back in June, you saw the Magnum DB, they're like, well, some Bernie Sanders person thinks he's going to run. They're all laughing, making fun of him. And while they were laughing and making fun of him, this was being created. And these apps were being created. And the force, the political revolution that is in action right now. So that's the difference. Everybody that works for Bernie, we all know that we are in the middle of the political revolution. It has started, folks. We fired across the bow. We are at war. But MSM, Hillary, they think we're just talking. They think this is just some bullshit. They don't even think it started yet. They think maybe it starts when Bernie's elected. No, folks. We have started going to war against the establishment. We started in June. That was when we started. Bernie has been doing this war against the establishment for 30 years. It wasn't until this year. It wasn't until this election where he said, hey, can I have your help? I would like your help. Let's take the establishment together. Let's get it out of here. So while
Hey, John?
yeah, what's up?
No. If you want to finish your rant, go ahead.
No, I'm done with my rant. Tell me what's my primary. Tell me
All right.
Tell me.
Your primary in Oregon.
Yes.
Oregon.
It's Oregon.
Oregon.
Nice.
Sounds like Oregon to me, but your primary is on May 17th, and you need to register by April 26th. And
That's
it's
easy.
a closed primary, so if you have to be registered as a Democrat in order to vote in the primary. So
That's easy. I already am because I voted for Obama.
Great.
And Oregon makes it really easy because they send us the ballot. I fill it out. I send it back. I'm done.
Nice.
Actually, when I voted for Obama, and this is a point. I want to say this as case in point. When I voted for Obama in Oregon, I was concerned about the validity of my vote, so I took it to an office and I handed it to a human being. Made me feel better. It's like I just want to make sure this gets to a human and doesn't get lost or thrown away on the way because I was so irritated about what had happened in 2000 with Al Gore. Someday, some people should actually go to justice for rigging an election and causing 10 years of oil wars instead of we could have had a green world right now. We could have really, seriously, it's really sad. Where are we at, guys? Are you going to go back to doing calls? Who else is in here? Eddie, you look like you can
Eddie's
talk.
here.
Are you talkable? No?
Yes, I've actually finished my homework.
Eddie's finished his homework, folks. Let's bring him in.
I hate algebra too. I can tell you that right now.
Really?
Right.
Why? I'd love to help you. It's one of my favorite subjects.
No, I love it. I like it too, but it's just like, ugh. You know, by the middle of the school year, it just gets worse. It just gets out of nowhere.
It does.
Because we're starting to do pre-cal. Because we're starting to transfer into pre-cal.
Pre-cal.
So that's next year. Yeah, next year. Yeah, we start doing it now. Just to get used to it.
Good.
Yeah, it's not a
I'm
pleasant.
glad you're staying on top of it. Well, so just I'm a math major. I just want to tell you when you get algebra. So algebra is the last piece, right?
Mm-hmm.
Calculus is the beginning. If you're interested in math at all, calculus is where math gets fun.
Yeah.
Because from there on, you're applying all of this that you've learned. Algebra and below is all the formulas, all the basic stepping stools that you need to build these sweet-ass formulas to actually apply the math in the real world. And the calculus is where it starts. And here, I'll just show you this. Did you see it? That I got that tattoo when I finished my degree. I know I can't hold it up on the camera to get it right, but it's basically the first fundamental theorem of calculus. So it is actually the first thing you're going to learn in Chapter 1. So I'll wait for you to discover that, because Chapter 2 is the shortcut to Chapter 1 if they're using any kind of a real calculus book when you get there. But anyway, I'm so glad that you're doing that. Can you talk about what you're doing for Bernie Sanders?
Yes, I can. Right now, I'm literally clicking excessively right now to launch calls. So far, there are 41 agents available, and there's 255,399 records remaining. So yeah, I've been clicking a lot tonight.
So what does that mean? That's the number of calls that need to be that are left to be made?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So out of 200, no. I guess like it updates constantly, but so far, yeah, there's 255,865. A lot.
That's awesome. So
There's
you're
about
doing
70,
this.
huh?
So you're doing this for the campaign,
Yeah.
as a volunteer. How did you get set up to do this? I didn't even know this was a thing.
Well, you go to Bernie.2/dial. You register. You put your email in. You put your password in, and then in the service area, you can choose to either do, like it says Iowa caller or Iowa monitor. or whatever state you're in.
Okay.
You can choose either or. Yeah, if you're going to be a monitor like me, you're literally going to be clicking. Yeah, excessive clicking. When you think you're done, you're not done. You're literally just clicking.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So that's another way to volunteer and help out, is what you're saying.
Yeah, since I don't have a phone, this is probably another easy way.
Okay. So this is something you can do if you don't have a phone. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Janine, are you on calls or are you listening in with us? Oh, she's on call.
Nice. Oh, I don't know if I sent you this. I sent you. You know how the Clinton campaign, or I forgot which campaign said, most likely the Clintons, they said that they wanted Bernie's medical records out?
Yes.
Yeah. The attending physician, the Congress of the United States, the physician, Brian P. Mundman, I'm sorry if I said your name wrong. Yeah, they have has released his medical records. They've released it, and it's true. His health is very good for his age, and he is fit for campaigning and for whatever he's doing.
Did we really need a doctor to say that? I mean, the dude does 4 events a day. We can't even keep up with his ass. He makes me tired.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm 46, and I go, Jesus, man, you're doing 4 speaking events today. And for those, speaking events, anything like what we're doing right here, people don't realize that this takes a lot. This takes a lot of energy. You have to be on your game. You have to be up. So for him to be in front of an audience like that, to have to shake hands, to have to do all of the things that come with that, it is so emotionally, mentally, physically draining. Right? When I'm done with one of these, then you know it. All of you know it. You know it. Eddie, Janine knows it. Everybody knows. When we're done with one of these, we're all hyped up from the energy, right? And then 5 minutes later, we're like, we crash, right? So, is that Lou? Somebody popped in.
Yes, someone.
On my.
Oh.
Yeah, Lou must have popped in, popped out. So for Bernie to be able to do what he does, for him to be able to go, early morning meeting, early lunch meeting, late lunch meeting, early rally, late rally, do it again. His schedule this weekend, what is today, Thursday? His schedule tomorrow, Saturday, and Sunday is absolutely insane. He is doing no less than 10 events. I don't know how many we're actually covering, but he is insane. And while he's doing these, and you're here doing this stuff, and Janine's doing this stuff, this is an all-out, this is our D-Day, folks. This is what it takes. But as far as health, if he can do this at 74, I am not concerned whatsoever about his health. Are you, Eddie? Does it worry you, his age?
No, actually, not anymore. In the beginning of the campaign, I was just like, I don't know. And then I kept reading. About okay, there are actually presidents that were either older than him or just about the same age. So I'm really not concerned anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't want to jinx it though.
Did you see that?
No, I did not see it.
I didn't see who the comment was from. I don't know. It said, I don't think there are any Hillary songs. I haven't heard any Hillary songs. Has anybody put one of those together? She's a champion of the establishment. She really loves Wall Street. Somebody should put that together and do a song for her with appropriate lyrics.
Nice.
Maybe go on, take the money, and run. We need to find a good tune that would work for her. We have enough Bernie people media and people that could do this. That's a great question. Has anybody done that for Hillary? Do we see any kind of this reach? No, because they don't have the people. They don't have the people, do they?
I don't think so. To be honest,
how much longer do you got to do that?
What?
How much longer are you going to do that? Is there a set time, or do you just kind of do it and then stop?
I'm literally just clicking confirm. I think I sent you a screenshot earlier in Slack.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's literally just me pressing buttons. Yeah, you can show. I don't care.
No, I mean, does it have anything personal on it that people can see?
No, actually, they are phone numbers, so I don't recommend showing it.
Okay. Oh, I see. But so what I'm looking at, folks, isn't saying it's a whole bunch of numbers and he's got to do this dialing thing. I see that. That's crazy. Wow.
Yeah.
What an incredible system. This dialer. Let me think about it. This dialer system is another piece of technology built with the campaign, for the campaign, for this. Just another tool in the arsenal, folks.
Where's your shirt?
Hey, John.
Hey, Lou. Thank
Hey.
you, Eddie, for telling us all about that. We're going to talk to Lou here for a second.
No problem.
Hey, sorry, Eddie. Man, hey, for the record, for anybody's watching, 15-year-old Eddie, if I'm right, if I cut off a year, bro, I'm sorry. Might be 16.
Oh, no, it's fine.
No.
But dude is getting it done. See, this is exactly what we talk about, where this is a collaborative effort through all of the communities of America to rise up somebody who believes in consistency and belief. Tonight, we're closing off 10 yeses between two people in an hour and a half. Doesn't seem like a bunch, but when you start looking at 35, 40, 45, 50,000 people across this country all calling at the same time, start adding it up, man. I start adding it up. I mean, we are the ants that have decided that we're tired of being flooded out of our own tunnels. And now it's time to start freaking crushing it down. So thank you to anybody that's watching and everybody that's doing this. Thank you. And I will shut the hell up now.
No, that was awesome. Thank you. And thank you for chiming in. I take it you're going to go right back to work, because that's what you're doing, man.
Oh wait, I think I finally stopped it. Apparently, I think I finally pressed confirm enough, where there's actually people doing not available, and now we're back.
Yeah. All right. Nice. That's great. Thank you. I'm really sorry about the lower third comments, folks. I just a lot of back and forth. I see you in there. I see you talking. Thank you for being here. Really, 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 the comments make this. This is what it's about. And I see it's Cindy Matthews, Brahma SLI1. I believe that's what your tag is. Michael Stapleton, B-Ball, Brenda Brown, Jeanette Hoban Nielsen, Fluffy Bunny, John Spalding, Bad Wolf Time Lady. Thank you guys. Teeners Broom Broom. I love saying these names. This is awesome. This is freaking awesome. Yeah, thank you guys for being here. BB Hammer. That's Barb. I think that's Barb Hammer who created our awesome MoveOn.org petition. Thank you, Barb. That's great. We're closing in on 2,000. Eddie, I won't leave you on screen if you don't want. Do you have anything else you want to tell everybody?
No. Actually, no. Maybe just a small thing. It's probably repetitive like every other day. But yeah, do what you gotta do. Even if it's just talking to people, do it. Even just even having a small rant or just a small conversation does a lot. Actually, recently, this actually happened in bio today. We finished our review. Yeah, I'm probably gonna fail it. But yeah, so someone was like, yeah, I was really thinking about Obama. This was from before. He's about 16, I think. I don't know. I don't talk to the person that much. But I overheard. I was just like, wait, what? Yeah, it was I was thinking about Obama, then I went to Hillary, and then I was and this time I was thinking about, I was thinking about Cruz, and then after hearing that, I went to Hillary, and after it was both, yes, then I started asking why, and yeah, there were some groans, because yeah, there's a lot of people who are just why can you stop ranting for 2 minutes? But then, yeah, so then after a small conversation, yeah, they joined the Bernie train, and I gave them some flyers. Yeah, really? I normally print out flyers and probably erased all the ink in the house. Please save me. But yeah, I normally print a lot of flyers, and I tried to not waste the ink, but that never happens. So yeah, once I get into a rant or a talk, I normally just hand them out. Even that helps a lot, because if you're young, you may give it to your parents. You might or you might not. It goes both ways. But if you do, you're giving out to more people. If your parents know that that you're doing this, and you probably know about it, it shows that it's pretty serious, and they may tell their parents. I mean, they may tell everyone else.
Oh, listen to this strategy. This is campaign strategy that Tad Devine ought to know about. That's fantastic. It's brilliant. It's perfect. There are marketing professionals that are paid six-figure to come up with what Eddie just said here. But it's common sense. It's logic, right? Eddie is 15. Your sales appeal is you got a bonus there. If you show that you're active in politics and that you are for Bernie Sanders and you talk to your parents about it, this is what you can do if you can't vote. If you're a kid like Eddie, a young adult like Eddie, I should say that, because there are a lot of adults, old people that don't even think as well as Eddie, okay, or aren't as mature as Eddie is. But here's the thing. You talk to your parents about Bernie Sanders. You explain to them, because a lot of people's parents are indoctrinated. A lot of people's parents, they're just not going to look past what they see on mainstream media. okay? And they need to hear this from you. They will listen to you, especially if it's about politics. If you're trying to talk about the movie you want to see or whatever else, probably not. You want to talk to them about politics, your parents are going to go, what? What? Why are you? Hello? What's wrong with you? Why do you want to talk about politics? Right?
So like, where'd you get this from?
Right. like it's evil or something, right? Okay. What did your parents say? What do your parents? Do your parents know that you're doing all this stuff?
Oh yeah, I beat them with this.
What do
Like,
they think?
There's like, well, it's nice that you're doing it, and after like a couple months since I started, which was, I forgot what month. Yeah, it's been too long. Yeah, it's been a long time. Do you remember when I started this, John?
I don't, because I don't even remember. I can't remember one day to the next. It goes so fast. So.
Yeah. But whenever I started, I told my parents. I was like, okay, yeah, I'm probably gonna be here for like 8 million years. I'm probably gonna be in my room talking for 8 million years. Get used to it. Yeah, be cool about it. I'm sorry if I'm not being outside and being social, but yeah.
But I'm saving my country. Leave me alone.
Yeah, but I never had a social life anyway, so what am I talking about? So then, after, it was casual conversations with my mom and maybe some other people. It was like, who are you voting for? Originally, I was like, Hillary. But she was like, I don't care, whoever gets the nomination, she'll go for, because she's a Democrat. She is not, but she's been a lifelong Democrat. She's already 35, about to be 36 in a couple days. So she's a diehard Democrat, and she was cool with whoever's taking the nomination. But now, after months later, sorry for my stuttering, I can't talk apparently. Yeah, so after months later, and after me bombarding her with talk and trying to casually talk about it, she is finally she's finally with Bernie, 100%.
Nice.
She hasn't agreed with the pins yet, but it's gonna happen.
With the what?
She hasn't agreed with the pins yet, because I normally walk around with 8 million pins with myself. That says like Bernie. I'm sorry if I'm just showing my uniform shirt, but
no, please.
Yeah, this is one of the 40.
Nice.
I normally give them out to seniors who actually plan on voting.
That's awesome, Eddie.
Yeah, so it's pretty cool. She doesn't know if she'll wear the pins though, but yeah, as soon as she says it, maybe with a little more bombarding.
But she's voting for Bernie. You did the most important thing. That your mom's going to vote for Bernie, and that's what we need.
Yeah, my uncle.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, now it's trying to convince my grandmother. That's a pretty.
Now, is she a Dem, or is that even hard?
No, she's a Dem. We're all Democratic. We're all Democrats.
Okay.
So but she's like, I don't know, she's more for Hillary. But then after, there has been like maybe some arguments of trying to talk. Like sometimes like certain discussions become arguments based on views and stuff, or it's just like, and then she's like, I don't know, just she said this one time, it's like, I don't know, maybe just because I'm older, she doesn't know if single payer stuff, if this will work actually for how large this country is. She doesn't know if this is all going to work. We showed her all this stuff and how it can happen, but she's right now, instead of Hillary now, she's just leaning for whoever the nominee is. So it's a start. How's it been with you? I'm just curious. Has it been with anyone else?
Me?
That you know? Yeah.
Well, I'm just sitting there going, that's awesome. I mean, the fact that you're working your parents is great. I don't, my dad is already on the Bernie train. I don't have to worry about him. Although he doesn't think he's going to win because my dad pays attention to mainstream media. That's the problem. My dad, as far as my dad's concerned, Bernie has gained a little ground, and he's seeing more of him on mainstream media. My dad doesn't even know the extent to which we do this, right?
Yeah.
If he doesn't watch YouTube. I bought him a smart TV that had, so that they could connect to the internet and get this, and he, watches. So, my dad's part of the age group where he knows I'm doing something for Bernie, but he thinks I'm volunteering, and that that's what I'm doing. But he doesn't know the extent because there's a divide in technology, right?
Yeah.
At a certain point in age, they just don't grasp what's going on the internet, how active it is, that this is where the people talk, right?
Yeah.
My dad and other people in older generations are so used to this closed, the internet doesn't exist. The internet isn't where people have discussion. You get your information from a one-way broadcast on the news, and then you discuss things with your friends offline, And maybe you have an email. They've adopted to email, but email is slow, right? That email path is slow. They don't understand the instant world of social media, right?
Yeah.
They don't understand it. They don't understand interconnected. So that's how it's going for me. Is that I haven't really done any testimony for Bernie other than what I do here. This is my testimony for Bernie. No, that's what I'm doing. Thank you for the monitoring, Eddie.
Thank you. It's fine. Thanks again for having me here.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Well, you know, you're badass. You get back to it. You get tired. We're gonna run.
Oh no, it's fine.
Yeah.
Talk if you still want me to. I'm just the clicking is.
We're good. No, see everybody else. Look, Janine is on the phone. Celeste, I don't know if she's on the phone monitoring comments. She's having a good time there. And Lou is off. But remember, Lou has got people in his house actually doing this, folks. Right now, we are going to cut to. We're going to read. Here's what we're going to do. That's what I was going to do. Before we run the latest Magnum DB, we are going to look at some new why we endorse Bernie. So here's one right here. This is Duke Erg, and this is great because Duke is from I'm going to get your country wrong. I don't remember. Denmark. I want to say Denmark. I'm pretty sure. I apologize if I got it wrong. I talked to so many people. He's awesome. He's been trained on comment mod. But here's his comment. And remember, Duke can't vote. He is. This is from another country, folks. This is why he's for Bernie, because he's important not just to the USA, but for the whole world, as it seems to slip down into a right-wing panic mode that seems to be going since 9/11. I couldn't agree more. Bernie is the man to bring back common sense on the world stage and be a ray of hope for not just Americans, but even Europeans like myself. That is outstanding. Going to grab that screenshot right here and drop that in. We will have that pushed out on the web because that's what this is for, folks. We want to document what you have to say about why you endorse Bernie Sanders. Mainstream media isn't really interested in what you have to say. We are. This is what we do. So thank you. Thank you, Duke. Thank you for being here because you help us out in the back end. You help us out on comments. There's so many people from around the world that are helping out this channel. They're helping out Bernie Sanders in their own ways on the internet. Can't appreciate you more. Thank you so much. Bad Wolf Time Lady. I endorse Bernie fucking Sanders because all I've ever wanted out of life is to go to college and get a career instead of working McJobs until the day I die of exhaustion. Viva la revolution, no sleep till Iowa, Bernie Insomnia. Bernie Somnia. I love that. That is fantastic. You screenshot that. Thank you for that submission, Bad Wolf Time Lady. Appreciate you letting mainstream media and everybody know how you feel about Bernie, why you endorse Bernie. One more here. Oh, yikes, too much. It didn't, wow, I gotta fix that. It ran over a little bit. I will come back after I fix that. We're gonna go to this next one here. Jenny Tallwarts. Because he is the only logical, rational choice, and everybody else is a dumpster.
That's awesome.
Nice.
That is well put. Short and to the point.
Yep.
Short and to the point. There we go. Patty Johnson. I have admired Bernie for almost 30 years. I remember him talking about a living wage on the Washington Journal in the early 90s. Here we are in 2016 still fighting for that living wage. Now we have the opportunity to change course and elect a leader who will fight side by side with us to ensure that every citizen has a right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Thank you, Patty Johnson. I could not agree more. Cindy Matthews, that was yours that ran over. I'm going to have to figure out what to do with it and get it to fit in there, and then we will show it on screen. But you work with us in comment mods, so you know you can say what you want just about any damn time.
Yes.
Janine, you're back with us.
I am.
What's going down?
I've gotten a couple of really great calls, a couple of Bernie supporters, which is great. And I just talked to a young gentleman who wasn't sure what he was going to do just yet. He's still, looking at the candidates and so forth. And it's just great to talk to him and just say, well, if there's anything I can answer, feel free to ask away. But, pointing him to some of the resources, BernieSanders.com, obviously, great website. feeltheburn.org as another one, and hopefully, just letting him know the information's out there, that he can go and check it out for himself and make a decision so he knows more for when he goes to caucus.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Wonderful. So that's another piece, is just being able to provide information to people if they're already for Bernie. Look, here's how you can get connected better. Here's how you can do this. Right? All of these things exist. This is great. And you said something that's really important. I want to clarify. There are two different locations that sound similar, but they are different. Okay. This is feeltheburn.org is a website with information.
And flyers.
Fieldtheburn.com is what I'm showing on the lower third here, folks, and that is an application. There are two different things. One is a canvassing app, and one is a website with all sorts of information on it. So that's just a slight difference there. What else, Janine? Do you have something else you want to share with us?
No, I was wondering how everyone else was making out with their calls, too. I didn't know what number we were up to.
I think 9. I don't know if anybody. I haven't heard anybody else give me a number. Do you have any so far?
Me?
Yeah. How many?
I have 2 so far.
Okay, so that brings us up to 11, folks. We're at 11. I'm just going to be the counter since I didn't build a form. So we have 11. All right. And then Eddie is monitoring, and he was describing that process and showing me how that goes.
Yeah.
And we're talking about, we didn't show that screen because there's a bunch of phone numbers on it, but he was telling me about how that works. So that was pretty cool. And the fact that he is doing something, and I don't know if you caught this, Ginny, but he's doing something that's really super important that he can do and other teenagers can do that cannot vote right now. And that is convince your parents, right?
Yeah, I mean, how many young people out there have parents that, may not even know about Bernie, or are, maybe they're registered Republicans but are having a hard time and don't really know what Bernie's all about. So,
yeah,
that's great. I think it's awesome. Congratulations, Eddie, for.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
It was persuasion, excessive persuasion, actually, and many trips to Dunkin' Donuts for coffee.
Well, I have to say, my dad shared a meme on my Facebook timeline in support of Bernie. So
wow.
I was like,
nice.
Yeah, all right, maybe he's starting to feel the burn.
Actually, I don't think I ever said how I came into this. I was actually reading random memes one day. This was a couple months ago, around June or July. And what happened was, all I see was just, I don't know if you remember Shark Boy and Lava Girl, something like that. I think it was. I forgot what the actual movie was called. I think it was Shark Boy and Lava Girl. And basically, Bernie was Lava Girl, showing, throwing lava to Mr. Electric, aka Donald Trump. Yeah, and the meme was, feel the burn. That's how it all started. I posted it not knowing what was going on. And then, that's how it all started.
One of these days we should talk about how we all learned about Bernie.
Yeah.
And got involved. That'd be interesting to hear the different stories.
Instagram's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's cool, though.
That is really cool that you saw a meme. So, again, you didn't hear about him from mainstream media, did you?
No. Maybe once. Maybe once was it was he's a socialist. God damn it. It was just oh, okay.
And when do you think this was? I mean, I know, I knew about him in June, the end of May, beginning of June. Janine's probably known about him a lot longer because she's up there in that neck of the woods. Eddie, when do you think this was for you? Was it 2-3 months? I forgot.
No, definitely not 2-3 months. This was probably around the middle of summer.
Oh, okay, middle of summer. Yeah, it's been a while. I can't remember how long you've been here, man. Honestly, I can't. I have no.
I think it was October. I think it was. Whenever the first debate was. Or second. I don't know.
It was somewhere in the beginning of October. Maybe the second one, yeah. Maybe the second one. We lost panel 1 of them.
Yeah.
All right, that's awesome. That's awesome. So, yeah, we really need to talk about that. Janine's had the advantage because she's known about Bernie, but I have to say this. If I had known that Bernie Sanders existed 10 years ago, I would have gone apeshit crazy. We have an honest one. We only have one. I don't know how you guys put up with that up there.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people in this area, New England, have known about Bernie for a long time because A, he really says what he means and means what he says. B, because he's one of the only independent senators in the Senate, and I think there's 2 now, but and he might be the junior one because he was actually in the House first, but because of his personality too. I mean, everyone watching knows Bernie's, he's this light that shines bright, and once you start watching him, you can't kind of take your eyes off. And even on things like Facebook and stuff, a lot of people around here would share the memes. Like, I'm talking years ago, because they always made sense, and it was always like, yeah, I like this meme, I'm going to share this. And so when he came out and said he was running, I thought that was pretty awesome.
Yeah, that had to be like a lot of people, unbelievable.
Yeah.
Inconceivable, right?
Little Princess Bride there.
Oh gosh, that will be the meme when he wins, right? And that's already gone around. I don't think you know what that means because they keep saying it's impossible, which is a great segue to Magnum DB's Feel the Burn 9. I am so embarrassed. I'm so freaking embarrassed. I'm like, hey, look, guys, here's 7.1. We're so up to date. I didn't know he had this one out. This came out on January 11th, and apparently we're on 9. We're on 9 because Bernie Sanders moves fast, folks, and the burn is moving fast. We are all feeling it, and this is a revolution. This is not a normal election. This is what it takes to take back your democracy from the establishment. Here is the update. Let's find out just how impossible it still is for Bernie Sanders to become president of the United States.
He's a self-described democratic socialist from Vermont who got his political start as the mayor of Burlington. A long shot then, a bigger long shot now. He's an unlikely presidential candidate taking on the biggest frontrunner the Democratic Party has ever seen.
One poll shows him down 60 points.
I don't know that Bernie Sanders can beat Hillary Clinton.
You almost had to feel sorry for Bernie.
He may not have any chance.
That's all going to disappear by the time we get to Iowa.
This Bernie mania thing could burn out.
She is ahead, George, by a long shot.
They don't see Bernie Sanders as a real threat.
Bernie, stop, spitting.
He's not going to be the nominee.
Major structural problems with Bernie Sanders.
Clinton crushes him in national polls by more than 40 points.
Hillary probably will inevitably be the nominee.
Even Democrats admit he may not be their best shot at the White House.
He is not going to be the nominee.
Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders may be gaining a little bit of momentum as he seeks to challenge Hillary Clinton. His views may be gaining traction.
Look at Bernie Sanders' rise, tripling his support.
The hottest thing in American politics right now is a socialist.
That is a rocket ship. I don't think we've seen more enthusiasm for any candidate.
Sanders 35.
Senator Bernie Sanders drew a monster crowd.
3,000 in Minneapolis, 5,000 in Burlington.
We know what Bernie Sanders wants, and a lot of the Democratic Party, let's be honest, they want it too.
This morning, Clinton is feeling the burn.
Throwing a scare into Hillary Clinton's camp.
Bernie momentum drawing larger crowds than every candidate running.
Possibly as many as 10,000 people.
It is real.
We're worried about him, sure.
It was another full house for Senator Bernie Sanders.
He could win Iowa. He could win New Hampshire.
And he's chipping away at
A statistical tie.
Got 28,000 people in Portland.
Sanders is a summer sensation.
Roughly 70,000 people lined up.
Here in Iowa, Bernie Sanders was greeted like a rock star.
The crowd is really swelled.
These people are very excited. It's kind of like Woodstock.
Clinton dropping below 50%.
Clinton's lead now down to single digits.
Hillary Clinton has lost a third of her supporters.
Sanders has nearly doubled his support.
He has an electable agenda.
Bernie Sanders beating Clinton in New Hampshire.
Sanders gaining 15 points.
Once thought to be the longest of long shots with a commanding lead.
Bernie Sanders could get elected president.
Hillary Clinton is feeling the burn. Checkmated
by Democratic Socialist Senator Bernie Sanders on fundraising.
It was a record-breaking weekend for Bernie Sanders.
Who's going to win the Iowa caucus? Bernie.
Bernie.
Who do you think the Democratic nominee will be?
Sanders.
What Bernie Sanders is running against is literally the power structure.
Bernie Sanders getting his first endorsement from a member of Congress, Raul Grijalva.
He just raised $26 million.
He has gotten 1 million individual donations, and he reached that much earlier than Barack Obama did. Congressman Keith Ellison says he will support Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders.
No one could predict the huge crowds and the surge of popularity for Bernie Sanders, a man who's been around the block fighting for poor and working class Americans.
Who won the debate?
Bernie Sanders!
Foreign policy, 59%.
Bernie Sanders won this debate.
Economic issues, Sanders at a whopping 72%. Bernie Sanders won the debate tonight, 75%. Huge margin.
He's got the support, the kind of enthusiasm that often counts on caucus night.
Sanders is poised to reach another major benchmark. It has now collected more than 2 million contributions, and Sanders has picked up his biggest labor endorsement to date. From the 700,000-member Communications Workers of America, the million-member progressive group Democracy for America announced that it, too, was throwing its support behind the Democratic challenger.
62% of Democrats now say they could see themselves supporting him.
A mock election that hasn't been wrong in 40 years declares yes, Bernie Sanders will be our next president.
He got more contributions, individual donors, than anybody in American history.
Bernie Sanders is nipping at Hillary Clinton's heels.
Sanders has the heart of the grassroots.
Sanders does better against the Republicans than Clinton.
Clinton leads Donald Trump by 8 points, but Sanders leads him by 13. In New Hampshire, Clinton is ahead of Trump by 1 point, but Sanders tops him by 19.
Breaking news right now, we've got a race, folks. Ted Cruz leads Clinton in both states, while Sanders still beats the Texas senator. Bernie Sanders with his biggest lead yet.
Hillary Clinton dancing on Ellen, seemingly without a care in the world.
Bernie Sanders is igniting a flame of voter support.
There's no doubt that Bernie Sanders has built something real.
He's passed her just down Iowa.
Daniel, I can't get over your map. Bernie Sanders was purple and the whole country was purple.
Make no mistake, he has the momentum right now.
Compared to where he was just a few months ago, I mean, clearly people are feeling the burn.
Sanders traveled to Birmingham, Alabama, where he addressed an overflow crowd of about 7,000.
That's where he's weak?
This is incredible.
I would hate to see where Bernie Sanders is strong if I win the Clinton campaign. The momentum continues for Senator Bernie Sanders. Check out this poll, the CNN MUR poll. Bernie Sanders up 27 points.
With 13 days to go, it's Hillary Clinton's nightmare scenario. There is no way to describe these new New Hampshire numbers other than stunning.
People that think that Bernie Sanders is like the easier target right now,
Oh, no.
do not sense what 2016 is all about.
This is called inevitability coming to bite you in the butt.
When we come together as a nation, when we say enough is enough, when we stand together, there is nothing we cannot accomplish.
Whew. That one got me. They often do. When I hear these things, they just they inspire me so much. They make me. It's happening, folks. This is happening. We are gonna do this. Do not let anybody tell you otherwise. Do not be deterred by the lies of mainstream media. Do not be deterred by the bullshit you read in articles by magazines that are owned by mainstream media, by the corporate elite class. They will do everything they can to stop us, and they can't stop us. And even better, they're now scared. They are scared, and they don't know what to do. And so they are desperately trying to do anything they can to stop this. We have a political revolution on our hands. It is in motion. It has been in motion for months. The ground forces have risen. The structure is in place. Iowa will be Bernie's. and this country will be ours again in 2016. This is freaking awesome. We've got just a few minutes before we're going to wrap up here. Thank you all for joining us. There's a couple more opinions that came through, endorsements for Bernie that I want to talk about. Janine's back on the phone. I think she's not. Are you with me or are you back on the phone? It's hard to tell.
I'm back. I got a couple more, so.
Awesome.
I'm up to 4.
4. Okay, so.
I won maybe, so that won't count, but.
So in 13. So we've got 13 so far. Lou hasn't checked in. Celeste hasn't checked in. Hi, Celeste. What you doing there? I see you over there. Hi.
Oh,
waving.
I announced.
What's up, Lou?
I announced because everybody just left, and we called it a night here. Much like the Iowa campaign office itself closes all doors at 8 o'clock. It's 8 o'clock. We're calling it. I've announced to YouTube because I've finally been able to jump in there and say hi. Bless you, Janine.
Sorry, guys.
Hey, let's get her done. We're on live streaming television, live streaming, coming straight at you, Bernie2016 TV, and we're doing a little phone banking for Bernie. We got 10. That puts us up to 14 total, if I heard correctly. And just one other little thought. Am I correct in saying Larry David's got Saturday Night Live tomorrow night?
February 6th, I believe.
Oh, okay, so we got a week. Well, hey, Larry, thanks for the idea. Couch cushions for Bernie. Couch cushions for Bernie.
Oh, nice. Seriously?
Hey, that is pocket change for Bernie right there. That's 40-some-odd bucks my kids counted the other day. So, Larry David, thanks for that one too, bud.
Nice.
Hey, that is exactly what this is about, folks. I'm sorry to cut you off, John.
No.
That's exactly what this is about, folks. Straight up, people, too many of us have been with so little for so freaking long. And in fact, I'm not even going to chop up Mother Teresa. I'm going to quote it for you. We the willing, led by the unknowing, to do the impossible for the ungrateful. For we have done so much with so little for so long that we are now qualified to do anything with nothing. Understand that. We now have been down for so long that we are qualified as an American people to be ready to do anything with nothing, and that is exactly what this grassroots, not AstroTurf movement is about. Thank every person that's out here. Thank every person that pledged. Thank every person that phone banked. And thank you to everybody that's busting their ass over in Iowa. Now I'll shut up.
That was
Beautiful.
awesome.
Woo. That's testimony. Probably wouldn't fit in 500 characters, but I'd rather have it live anyway. That was beautiful. That's why that was beautiful. Thank you, Lou. Really appreciate that. Appreciate that. So, we're up to 14.
How about Celeste?
Yeah?
We got Celeste with us?
I see her in there. I'm not sure what she's doing. She's
I can't hear you.
Yeah, you can't hear you. So, that's all right. Yeah, and were you trying to talk to us? Or are you trying to be silent? Because we can't hear you. I don't know what's going on. She's got her headphones on. She's not on the phone. We can't hear Celeste. I don't know what's happened.
Check
Maybe
your thing. Make sure you're not muted.
Can you hear me now?
Yes. Is that your little switch on your headphone?
Apparently I bumped it or knocked it when I had taken him off to make these phone calls. I made a total of 17 calls. I accomplished nothing but making 17 calls and we're good. I know how to do this now. I can do it by myself. I will do it by myself. And so I jumped back onto comment moderation and I, went back to what I'm seriously much more comfortable doing.
17 calls is 16 more than I've made, so proud of you. And were all of those calls either no's or undecideds? There were no yeses for Bernie in those?
Yeah, most of it was either wrong numbers or no answers, and I got a couple of voicemails, and then the lady that didn't vote, but it was pretty much no answers or.
Oh, so you guys got a string of bad ones. You're just fishing in an empty pond there, and that's no fun. That's no.
Well,
fun.
it's all right.
So.
Well, like
I got a few other states to choose from.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you. So this is what it takes, folks. Go ahead, Janine. What?
I was going to say, 14. Maybe we could round it up to 15. I know I'll be donating $15 tonight. So.
All right. that $15 for the dollar, folks, and that'd be $150 for you $10 fat cats. Appreciate that. You guys rolling in the dough to be able to do $10 a call. I don't know why I have you stuck up there on screen, Janine. It's just because you look so lovely tonight. I figured you just. What?
Bernie in the background. That's what it is.
That is. Yeah, that looks awesome. No, I can't find the right.
No, he misses you. He's missed you. We've all missed you. Truly, we've all missed you. We've been flailing around trying to, act like we know what the hell we're doing, and
hey, but she's putting in her work for the Burns, so hey.
Got to get him on the ballot.
Get him on. I love it, Janine. Thank you for that too. Rhode Island.
In the house.
That's right. So what we're going to do here, we've got. Well, actually, that other thing probably started. Or no, there is not no other thing. I keep thinking there's this other thing tonight. I don't know why the hell I think it's tonight. There's just I keep seeing this thing. We will be with you guys tomorrow. So we're leaving. We're done. We did some phone banking. I know we're going to do this again. This was fun. So whenever we have to hit like the next state, or maybe we'll do this again before it's time to be done with Iowa. But this was cool. I like doing the telethon. It makes me feel like I'd be kind of a cheesy show host and have a little fun with it, and we'll get better at that. But we're gonna leave with a tune. Tomorrow we have all sorts of fun stuff to talk about, all sorts of interesting things that happened in the news. These guys have been dropping great articles. We're getting ready for the real newsroom tomorrow at 9 Pacific, noon Eastern for the rest of the world, and we're going to be talking about the news that actually matters to the 99%, discussion with you. We have a McAvoy monologue form now, so you can rant, tell us what you think right then and there about anything you want. Join us tomorrow for that. And let's see, I got a card for this. Steph, our designer, and I want to say one other thing before I talk about Steph's designer. Dan Holbeck has done a ton of work for us. A lot of work that's never been credited, a lot of work that I've never even had a chance to display on screen. And I'm going to try to go back and grab it and display it. He makes tons of memes, folks, and they go out on the web, and he makes beautiful artwork for us. And he doesn't ask for any credit. And these things are all out there made by this guy, and they are incredible stuff. I just want to take a moment to recognize Dan. Dan, and let me just tell you, folks, something that was going on in the background here. I had 2 Chromebooks that I was going to just send out to people who could need them. Dan needed a Chromebook. Dan has been making these graphics on a phone. He's been making them on a phone because he had no other way to do it, and I sent him a Chromebook that the Postal Service lost. $400 Chromebook. I sent it out with a tracking number. So far, they don't have any frickin' idea where it is because they couldn't deliver it. There was a problem with the delivery, and I had really hoped that would get to Dan. Dan was excited about doing the work for us, and it didn't happen. So I'm sorry, Dan. I'm sorry that the Postal Service lost your Chromebook. I appreciate everything you have done for us, man, because I see the work, and I pull the memes in, and we show them in the morning, the newsroom now. I've got a spot dedicated to the Dan stuff. Whatever you're doing, sir, because I know you had to step away and take care of some other stuff. Maybe you're going to help us in other ways, maybe not. Whatever, thank you. We have hundreds of Dans. People that donate time, resources, whatever they can. This is what it's about. And they've come into our group. They're in other groups. This is what it's about. People giving everything they can. It is the most awesome experience, and I am humbled by it. I am absolutely humbled by it. So this is for Dan. Thank you very much. Let me just pull up one of them right now. I can, because now we don't have to cut to that other thing that I thought. This one I showed earlier. Actually, I like this one. Dan dropped this in earlier. I don't know where this came from, but I just want to remind everybody real quick that this is a repeat of history, folks. We have been through this before. This is something we have done before. We have had to fight for our rights. We have had to fight against the establishment before. We didn't win that as well as we should in the past. Now it's time to win it for real. So, newsroom tomorrow. Then we're going to do this fun stuff. Arizonans for Bernie, or Arizona for Bernie. This is we endorse. This is what is this? What does that say? Trio Phoenix. Where is that? I'm sorry, I'm messing this up. I wish we had an Nico in here. Music, fundraiser, art. We'll get the Facebook link in about this event, but that's tomorrow, live at 7 p.m. Eastern. We're going to have a ball. There's going to be some music, stage stuff, and Nico, our intrepid reporter in Arizona, is going to be there. She was one of our first on-ground reporters. We got her going, and she has been fantastic. She's going to be bringing us the stream live from wherever the heck this is tomorrow, 7 p.m. Eastern in Arizona. Just another thing for Bernie Sanders and the revolution. Janine, Lou, anybody in the hangout, do you have anything you want to say before we cut to tune?
I'm good. I appreciate everyone being here. Thank you very much. Hope to see you tomorrow for the news and tomorrow evening's broadcast from Arizona.
Thank you very much, Celeste. Lou?
We're the 99%, and so are you. Welcome to the Purple Revolution.
Love it. The Purple Revolution. Oh, what are we going out with? Janine, I think you're actually on a call, aren't you?
Nope.
No? What do you want to say?
Just thanks to everyone for joining us. And, you know, it's going to take every one of us out there to make this thing happen. And I just want to, one last plea to all those folks out there in Iowa. Bernie cannot do this without you. So please, please, please get out there. Make sure you get to the location on time and caucus for Bernie. And bring your friends, as many as you can. We got to make this happen for him. So that's my plea, is to you guys in Iowa to help him out.
Awesome, awesome. Thank you. I had plenty of time to set up the... Thank you, Janine. I had lots of time to set up the last tune, and I didn't find what I was looking for, and I'm kind of irritated about it. I was going to run Bernie Bongos, because I haven't seen that in a long time. And then I realized that who was it? I think it was Ryan, had dropped me another Killer Mike tune, Run the Jewels. And I was like, oh, I haven't heard this. I want to hear this tune, but I don't know what to run. Maybe I'll do Run the Jewels tomorrow. I don't even know what I have pulled up now. Probably nothing. Let me go back to Bernie Bongos, because this is just hilarious. We'll end with something fun, and I will do Run the Jewels tomorrow, because my guess is, being Killer Mike, it's not packed with levity. My guess is it's going to be pretty serious shit. So this is silly, but it's okay, because we need silly to remind us that we're human beings, and we're doing this for a better life for all of us. We're doing this because we give a shit about this planet and about our children and about everybody. And in the end, it's supposed to be about the pursuit of happiness, right? We're supposed to all be able to pursue happiness. I think there's nothing more happy than Bernie Bongos. We'll see you all tomorrow, guys. Thank you so much. Feel the burn.
Bernie Bongo, talk with your hands, represent the people. Wanna punch Donald Trump in his big pie hole. Do the Bernie Bongo like a bald eagle. Bernie march for civil liberties with Dr. King. So do the Bernie Bongo like Ryan Gosling. Wealth inequality and greed are becoming obscene. Even Hillary Clinton is owned by banks on Wall Street. But Bernie doesn't take that corporate money. So do the Bernie Bongo like the Red Hot Chilies. Won't talk smack, but he packs a punch. No super PAC, cause he's not corrupt. All you dumb pundits who say Hillary won this, do the Bernie Bongo, because Bernie just begun this. Do the Bernie Bongo, smash greedy banks like Mark Ruffalo as the Hulk. Do the Bernie Bongo, with Steve Wozniak and Dan DeVito. People wanna bribe him, but he just says no. Bernie don't want your mother fracking dough. Stop burning fossils, go renewable, and do the Bernie Bongo like a freaking CEO. Hair is white, shirt is blue. Voted against the Patriot Act because he read it, fool. If you don't like getting spied on by the NSA, go do the Bernie Bongo like Ben and Jerry. Banks run amok, break them up. Government corruption, enough is enough. America, it's time to stand up, just like Bernie Sanders. a rock more, Bernie voted no. Bernie's track record's better than Usain Bolt. Doesn't care about her servers or about his old age. All they'll say about servers, they deserve a fair wage. How can Hillary ever regulate the banks when she's always taking money from the banks backstage? Do the Bernie Bongo like Killer Mike and like Will Ferrell. If you're mad as hell and won't take it anymore, do the Bernie Bongo like Leo DiCaprio. Make weed legal, stop fraud and jail. The TPP is a bad deal, so join the rebels like Han Solo. He's our only hope cause he's not for sale. His mission is to end racism and for-profit prisons, a minimum standard of living for every citizen. Healthcare as a right, no more inflated prices. Kill ISIS, but the bigger threat is climate change crisis. Public college should be free and not a fantasy, so we got a plan to pass the tab to the thieves of Wall Street. We need paid family leave and child poverty. Gonna dominate the data like Ronda Rousey.
This great country and our government belong to all of the people and not just a handful of very wealthy.
I look forward to beating Donald Trump. I would enjoy that race very, very much.
We need an economy that works for the middle class, not just a handful of billionaires, and I will fight and lead to make that happen. At the end of the day, they may have the money, but we have the people, and when the people stand together, there is nothing that we cannot accomplish. We can win. Thank you all very much.
I am not Bernie Sanders, and I approve this message.
Huge